Hello, everyone. This is Pierre Gasleak, but my name is Josh. This is the first video on this channel where I'll be sharing predictions of races, of seasons, driver lineups, etc., etc., and where I'll be voicing my opinion on important news and situations happening in F1. I picked up a cold, so should my voice go, then I apologize. But with the intro out of the way, let me lift and coast. Haha, fuel joke, just like my name into the subject of the video, which is my review of my 2026 driver predictions. Most confident to least confident predictions. These predictions I found in my notes app from the 1st of February 2024. So if these are absolutely outrageous shouts, then blame it on me 2 years ago, not me now. And this is going to be ranked from my most confident predictions to least confident predictions as of making the predictions, not as of now, because those are confirmed almost. Starting off with McLaren, there is absolutely no surprise here with Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. Um, they're now fighting for the WDC in 2025, which well done 2024 Josh on getting this right. But Oscar Piastri showed potential. Lando Norris showed speed. Oscar just needed to sort the race pace out, which he did until about 2 months ago. Um, Oscar showed promise, as I've said. McLaren seemed to be on the rise as well with the upgrades, I think, in 2023 Austria. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Moving on. Now, Audi, most confident number two is Carlos Sainz and Teo Porcher. This is an absolute horrific shout in theory. Well, in reality, it is, but in theory, it's not. Carlos was being rumoured to leave Ferrari. I don't know if this was before or after Lewis was announced. Either way, leaving Ferrari. Went off the fact that his dad, Carlos Sainz Sr., was a Audi rally driver, which would get him connections, everything, etc., etc. And Teo Porcher, I think he was just off the back of an F2 win, if I'm not mistaken, or it was the year before. But but he should have been promoted realistically. He had the pace, won it by I think quite a ways. I think he won the F2 championship if I'm not mistaken. But he was an Alfa Romeo, Sauber, Audi, whatever the flip reserve driver. So I thought just promote him. And this was prior to Gabriel Bortoleto. I didn't know about Gabriel until uh start of last season's F2. And Nico Hulkenberg. I completely forgot he was German when I was making these apparently. But that would have been a good shout because it was correct. Now, number three. Most confident three, Red Bull. Liam Lawson, I think, was doing Super Formula at the time, or he was doing well enough to. One of the two. Um, act- was he in F1 at this point? He might have been in F1. No, it was at the end of the season when Ricardo broke his hand. I think I'm correct on that. When he broke his wrist at Zandvoort, but he was looking really promising. I do think he gets a lot of hate. I know there's a lot of things he does wrong, but I do think he gets a lot of hate, and I don't think any of the drivers are bad at this point. Lance Stroll, you can argue, but in the wet, then he's prime Michael Schumacher, so you never know. But yeah, I don't think that's an awful prediction. It's kind of correct. We still haven't got it confirmed as the 26th of November. But Max Verstappen, pretty obvious pick, if I do say so myself. There was rumours of him retiring and Jonathan Wheatley, Adrian Newey, Christian Horner all leaving, but that was That was after these predictions. But that would have been possibly shake it up a little bit. Moving on, Aston Martin, Yuki Tsunoda, and Alexander Albon. Yuki Tsunoda, Honda, Aston Martin, going to be Honda. I thought Honda would have a lot more of a say in the driver lineup. And I thought Yuki Tsunoda deserves a midfield to podium fighting team, especially at this point. Maybe not 2025 with how things are going with a Red Bull, but the Red Bull team kills the second drivers anyway. Oh, and also with the Red Bull thing, I thought Daniel was going to get promoted in 2025 to Red Bull and then get absolutely slapped about and then leave mid-season and just retire mid-season, which kind of happened. But that was at RB. He got slapped about by Yuki Tsunoda. Albon was just kind of a shout of doesn't think Williams can go anywhere, should go to a team that can midfield podium fight like they did with Alonso at the start of 23, which is all I had to really go off with this 2023. But yeah, I thought he'd just go. I don't really know. That's not really a good shout. Most confident for fourth is a bit of a crazy one. Next is Haas. Nico Hulkenberg, as I said, completely forgot he was German. Should have probably guessed he was going to go Audi. But I don't think it's an awful shout. All driver can develop the junior drivers like Ollie Behrman, who I think was an F2 at the time. I think it was his first season F2. But he was looking rapid. I think he was always destined for F1. Maybe not 2025, but definitely 26. I don't think that's a hard shout. But I will pat myself on the back for it because it's still not someone on the grid. Um, but yeah, I thought that was a pretty good shout. Then we have Alpine, Victor Martins, and Pierre Gasly. Victor Martins looks really quick, and Oscar Piastri said it was the hardest person he's ever fought. Or I think his hardest teammate, maybe. One of those. But I thought he was rapid whenever I saw him F2, the few times I did 2 years ago. I do just really like him. I think he's just a funny character. So maybe that's the bias in me. But Pierre, obviously my favourite driver, is sadly Alpine. But uh, he says there's potential in that car. I really don't believe him. But I don't know. We'll see. 20 points in an Alpine is still pretty damn good. But moving on, because Pierre's pretty obvious, and Victor Martins, I don't really have much to go off of. Just thought, why not? Is Victor Martins French? He might be French. That might be also be a reason why I threw him in. But moving on, most confident 7. We have Williams, with Kimi Antonelli and Frederic Vesti. Uh, Kimi Antonelli, I thought that he would have another season F2 after the one he had in. I thought he was going to do 2025 in F2. Then he'd go to Williams. So I was 2 years behind his genuine development, which is just a testament to him. Um, Midway through this season, I thought, wow, you really should have gone Williams because that European tour did not go well. But yeah, I thought Kimi's really come to his own recently. But I thought just Williams would become more of a sister team once James Vowles came, rather than developing the whole team as a whole and getting it to where it is, which is good on him. Frederick Vesti, um, Mercedes Academy, and once again, just thought that they would become a sister team. Andretti there comes later in the video because I was stupid. Well, it was a pretty good shout to say it was 17th, but not Andretti. But yeah, I think this photo was taken after the predictions, so don't shout at Josh too much. 8th was Mercedes. The only reason this is so low was because of the second driver. I really didn't think Kimi was going to come Mercedes. Like, didn't really see a standout Mercedes Junior other than Kimi to really come in here. So Esteban Ocon, I know I've spelled it wrong. Shush. He used to be an academy driver for Mercedes, and I thought he'd just kind of come back because I don't really. He was at Racing Point. And he got kicked out really badly after that, but I can't really think of any Mercedes Academy like scuffles. So I thought he's got respect there with Mercedes. He might go. Lewis, I thought, would retire, so he's not in any of these. Then George Russell's just brilliant. Mr. Saturday, so quick, so pacey, so good. A little bit of mistakes with his strategy calls and everything, but he's brushed those up a bit in 2025. So 2026, possible world champion, I think, with the 2026 rumours. Now we go to Ferrari. Now, this looks stupid, but I thought a big name would go to Ferrari. I don't think Lewis was confirmed yet. And I thought, oh, Alonso's been there once before. He's returned to McLaren before. He's not out of that. Like once he can return to teams, is what I mean. He did with Renault as well. He always likes to return to teams. And I thought Ferrari are on the up. So Fernando's going to make a call and go to Ferrari. And then they're going to be awful again, like he's done every single time he's joined a new team. Anyways, and then Charles Leclerc is just rapid, brilliant, chef's kiss of a driver, quick. I think he's the best wheel-to-wheel racer in F1 right now. I just think he's brilliant. There has been rumors about him leaving, but I don't believe them. I think if he leaves, you'll see it on him. I think he said he's somewhat confident 2026, which Lewis has not recently in interview. at Las Vegas. Not happy about 2026. Moving on, we have Visa Cash App RB, which is stupid ass name. Sergio Perez, I thought, would get slapped up by Max and then leave at the end of 2024 and go to VCarb, which kind of happened. Him leaving was correct. Him going to VCarb was not correct. I just thought they need to build his confidence, and then he can go somewhere else. Go in the realms of F1. Maybe go to the 11th team, which he did. Um, just build his confidence up again, because I think it was honestly a mental crime to have kicked him out in the last week of 2024. But oh well, obviously I didn't know that at that point. But I think he's quick. He's reliable most of the time when he's in a good car. Iwasa Honda. I know they went Honda at this point, 2026, but I thought he looked promising winning Super Formula. And I couldn't really think of any other Rebel juniors because I didn't know about Isak. I'll hold my hands up. And Arvid Lindblad was probably 10, so I don't think that he was on anyone's radar at that point. And then there were some like iffy ones that were like maybes. But next up is most confident number 11, Andretti. Honestly, I was really confident with his driver lineup. I think I remember, but it was just the fact the 11th team aspect made it this low on the rankings, which I should have done because I got two wrong. But the fact that I called the 11th team is pretty good. I think that's the best shout of the entire video, even though it's a driver lineups video. Because it was really rumored that Andretti would be that there would be 11th team, let alone Andretti. But obviously it's not Andretti. But yeah, Enzo Fittipaldi is American. He was from Miami. Miami's a track, three American tracks. This was prior F1 movie. So I thought this would be the first time that Americans would really go, oh my god, because they had Haas in 2016. They tried with Haas, and they crashed and burned trying to bring the American fan base. Every time you go to the American tracks, you never see Haas. You never see a Haas cap. So I thought they would bring Andretti caps, I guess. But Logan Sargent, I thought would lose in 2024 to Albon, get smashed and then leave, and then go on a hiatus maybe for a little bit in 2025. Maybe go Super Formula or something. But he didn't. He stayed. Well, he didn't. He left in mid 2024, which I think was fair enough. But Enzo Fittipaldi, I think he looked okay in F2 around this point. I just thought American might as well check him in there. Maybe a shout. I did know about what's his face that's going F2. Is it Horter? Carlin Horter, something like that. I thought about him. I decided against it because he was doing well on IndyCar. I didn't know why he would jump down. Well, jump to 11th team, unknowns, whatever. But I think Andretti being a thing is a brilliant shout. And then that's the end. That was really quick, trying to get through it as quickly as possible, because I won't lie to you, I recorded this for half an hour, and so I wasted half an hour of my life because I couldn't download the video. So hopefully I can this time. But that's the end. I had 14 wrong and 8 correct. So that's a pretty good margin. And let me go through some of the little facts or predictions I had. I had Liam Lawson beat Yuki Tsunoda in 2025, which is correct so far. I had Jack Doohan joins Mick Schumacher at WEC instead of going to Alpine, which was kind of, well, I knew he wasn't going to go Alpine, so that's correct, I guess. I had Kimi second in F2, then first in F2, then goes to Williams. All of those were wrong. Ricciardo runs from a fight. That's really harsh. And forever retires. I had Fernando wants to end with a bang. I had Enzo as Miami, brings American fans. I then had Lewis to win the 8th, which might be the worst prediction of the entire thing, because this is his worst year ever. And then I had K-Mag retires at the end of 2024, which, pretty good, pretty obvious, but it works. So, bye-bye. And I think my next predictions video will be Qatar. I don't know how quickly that's going to be coming out. That might come out before or after qualifying. We'll never know. But just know that I've produced it before qualifying. Bye-bye.